Tomorrow, nerds and geeks, rest a spell around the round table as we talk about news, nerd shit, and stupid stuff. I am your host, Brooke, aka Not Completely Useless. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Jeffrey, aka Fry72 Wastikin.
Was
and
taken. Was
Wastikin. Stay quiet for the intro, Jeffrey. And Ethan, aka Mr. Raccooners. For our main story tonight, we have: why are there child safety locks on bottles if there are no children in the bottles? All that and more.
Yeah. Down with the man.
So stay tuned.
Uh,
Anyways,
okay, now that we
what's
got that
Brooklyn,
up-
bro? How you living?
What's Brooklyn, bro? How you living? Yeah, how you guys doing today? How you guys doing on this
Yes.
fine day?
I'm doing
What
good.
day is it? It's
I am for
Thursday.
sure not waking up for
when
this.
we're recording this.
It
No one
is.
No one is. We never are.
This is recorded
Awesome.
on Thursday, the 4th of February.
Burberry?
What?
Yeah, February. February.
February. Oh, of
You
course.
pronounce it. February. Ethan, are you familiar with February?
No.
Take that as a yes. Oh. It's just a
What?
no. Alright. So now that we've discussed that none of us are awake or ready for this, let's get into the topics we
Yeah.
got today.
Let's do it.
We're
You
doing
know
this
what?
at
I'm
8
gonna
in the
kick us off.
morning. Who is the idiot who
Yeah,
decided
I had
to
my
do that?
breakfast with me.
Who needs
Okay.
breakfast? Need a cup of
Normal
coffee.
people, Ethan. That's not.
You know what?
Okay.
That's fair.
Bottom line, we're gonna talk about something that I talk about all the time. We're gonna talk about magic. I
Oh,
feel like I talk about
the
magic
fuck?
in every episode. But
That was weird. Did you see that?
no one saw that except you. What just happened?
Okay. The Discord glitches out whenever I mouse out of it. That's fucking strange.
All right. Well, looks like you're stuck
Technical
in Discord.
difficulties. We're doing good.
I am the
Bottom line-
difficulties.
You are the
Hey.
difficulties, and they're quite technical. Okay.
Yes.
Without further ado, we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about magic cards because that's all I talk about these days. Kaldheim
Yeah.
just came out February 3rd. But yesterday when we were recording this, launched to the public. It's now a thing. It is here. Right?
Yes.
Buy it now in local game stores near you. Support your local game stores. Don't go to Walmart or anything.
Yes.
COVID is tough on local shops.
Not
Support your
sponsored.
local
Could be
game shop.
sponsored.
Yeah, hashtag could be sponsored. So, bottom line, I'm just gonna give a quick overview of like what I think of the set, and also some certain cards I want to talk about because I there's one card in particular that I am very passionate about that I want to make good. So, we're just gonna hop into that first. So, there's a card called Finn the Fangbearer. Okay? It's one colorless and one green for a 1/3 legendary creature, human warrior. Okay?
Mhm.
It's uncommon. It's uncommon. So, he has Death Touch. He's a 1/3 Death Touch. He's for 2 mana. Not super good so far, right? He has an ability that states whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters.
Oh God.
So when people saw this, they were like, "Oh, it's Infect." It's not Infect. There's an ability that I think it was Time Spiral they released it, and that could be wrong. Don't fact check me. Basically, there was an ability called Poisonous. So like there's a sliver that gives all your slivers Poisonous 1. What Poisonous does is it gives Infect counters equal to the amount of poison it has. So if it's Poisonous 1, it's going to give 1 if it ever does damage. Right? Where Infect is if it does 5 damage, it does 5 poison counters. Poisonous just does, if it's Poisonous 1, it's just going to give you 1 no matter how much damage you do with it.
Mhm.
Okay? So, in the Fangbearer, 2 mana gives all your Death Touchers basically Poisonous 2.
Yeah.
Hit your opponent 5 times with a Death Toucher and you win the game if you have this card out. That's the whole basically thing. And this
Yeah,
is
and
the card I want to be good.
Yeah, and I could see. Okay, with Finn, I could see you running him in a green black Death Touch style deck, using a lot of like Typhoid Rats, using a lot of things like that.
Yeah, he's a build around.
Yeah, you build around him off that Death Touch mechanic.
Yeah, and I've seen like a couple cool commander deck techs for it.
That's
And we're
exactly.
talking
I
about
was
that.
just thinking about that, using him as a
Mana?
commander.
That's that.
It's 2 mana. For 1/3 that gives you
I
Death Touch
want to
is
say,
poisonous too.
like, I don't want to show my lack of experience with Magic. Like, oh, that sounds gross, but no, it's probably like, oh, that's just medium card.
Well, it is, and the reason I want to figure out how to break it, I want to learn how to break it, and here's why.
I mean, it's a breakable card based off the context of it so far. It is a breakable
it seems
card.
like it could be. We're gonna talk about Pioneer, even though people think it's a dead format. We're gonna talk about Pioneer.
Pioneer hard as that, man.
Yeah, Pioneer is good. It's Return to Ravnica onward, so it's new modern. Basically, I think I've brewed up a couple deck lists of a blue-green kind of infect, quote-unquote, deck with this card.
Okay.
So basically, the blue is to make shit unblockable.
I was
Because
gonna-
how you're gonna win is gonna get Finn out and then hit with Death Touchers. That's the entire way you gotta win.
Is there a? Because I know Merfolk usually have a lot of unblockable effects.
They have a lot of unblockable. It's hard to find unblockable Death Touch creatures.
I was
but-
just thinking about that, but I know Blue has the ability to give that.
With a lot of cards in the game, though, there's a lot of ways to cheat Finn in as like an instant. So a couple cards come to mind. There's a card called Collected Company. You look at the top 7 and you put 2 creatures with converted mana cost 3 or less onto the battlefield. It's an instant for 4 mana.
Okay.
So Collected Company does that, puts everything, so you could instant speed, get Finn into play there. So you could swing with 5 Death Touchers. They're like, oh, I don't want to block your 1/1 Death Touchers, right? Like, I'm going to lose big creatures if I do that.
and then you
Flash that in, that's game.
Yeah.
There's cards like Neoform that lets you sacrifice a 1/1 and sacrifice a 1 mana creature and get a 2 mana creature.
Yeah.
Eldritch Evolution does the same thing, and they're all instant speed. So, and then there's a creature, Prime Speaker Xanathar, does the same thing. She just taps to sacrifice and does the same thing that Neoform and Eldritch Evolution does. So basically, there's a lot of ways you can instant speed get Finn out. The only problem is finding which one works the best.
I'm currently
because
looking through.
I feel like with this set and everything, I feel like, or just this card, if people see you play Finn, they're gonna be like, "Oh, kill it," right?
Yeah, they're
Like,
gonna
Yes,
see the Finn. They're gonna get rid
murder.
of it automatically. So
it's,
you're gonna.
it's like that's how you win the deck. That's how we win with the deck, right? Your 1/1 Death Touchers aren't gonna do anything. Like, I think
Murder.
I say there's Vraska. There's a Vraska that lets you draw cards every time. Hold on, I have one right behind me actually in person. Oh, this says whenever a creature you control Death Touch deals damage, put a +1/+1 counter on it.
So make it bigger and bigger and bigger.
So all your Death Touch creatures can get bigger, and then the problem with Finn and the problem with this deck I'm talking about, it's so it's magical Christmas land is what we call it, where everything has to go right for you to win.
Yep.
Right, like it's very magical.
I mean,
Christmas
if
land.
you-
they get rid of Finn quickly, if they get rid of your
If they have an aggro deck, it's basically over because.
Not necessarily though, because a lot of your Death Touchers are 1/1s for 1 with Death Touch.
well, yeah, but they can just fucking two damage to Finn, dead.
He's a 1/3. He's a 1/3. You have to,
Okay.
He's gonna.
But still, there are a
at
couple
least
just
3 mana.
3
He's gonna
damage
at least
to
take at
target
least 2
creatures.
mana. There's a lot of it, but I think I want this deck to work really bad, and I'm going to
You're running-
try my best to make this a deck.
Yeah. So you're running blue green, correct?
Blue green, probably Sultai, to be honest with you. Probably gonna throw black in there, to be
Okay,
completely honest.
Because I just found a card. I forgot about her, but Vivian, Champion of the Wilds. Her passive is you can play creature spells as though they had flash.
So that's
So-
another way you can get Finn into play for.
I was just about to
Instant
say,
speed.
yeah.
So
I mean,
there's
yeah,
a lot
it's
of
3
ways.
mana, but it's a Vivian, and you can
Yeah.
Give all creatures vigilance and shit like that.
In terms of standard, I don't see this card going anywhere.
No,
There's
definitely
few
not.
Death Touchers in standard right now, and there's just better decks. So I don't see
Yeah.
this card going anywhere. Historic, I don't play a lot of historics, so I don't know. But Pioneer, I feel like there's a chance. I feel like there's a chance, just small.
Because I mean, it makes sense. With Pioneer, you have access to a larger range of Death Touchers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that we've kind of like talked about Finn for 5 minutes,
Yeah.
I want to discuss a deck featuring another Kaldheim card. That it's God, I hate it's a great weird deck. No, and so there's a card. I'm just gonna read it to you. There's a card called Tibalt's Trickery. Okay? So
Yeah,
it's
a
a 1 mana. It's a 2 mana, 1 colorless, 1 red. An instant. It says counter target spell. It's red. It's a red card that counters a spell.
Which is like...
Let me explain this though. You counter a spell. You choose 1, 2, or 3 at random. It's controller, that spell's controller mills, so they put the top, that many cards. So if the random number's 1, they mill 1, right? Then they exile cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card with a different name than that spell. Right? So if I counter a Finn, you're going to start revealing stuff until you reveal something that's not Finn. Okay? Then they put it, or no, then they may cast that card without paying its mana cost. They put the exiled cards on the bottom of the library in any random order. So, this card sounds bad because you're going to counter a cheap spell, then your opponent's going to get something better out of it, right? Card sounds bad. Boy, let me tell you.
It's garbage. No, I'm just joking.
No, so in Modern, there's this mechanic called Cascade. And Cascade, basically, it's when you play the spell, you reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a card that's cheaper than the card with Cascade. So, if you play a 3 mana card with Cascade, you're going to search your library for a card that's 2 mana, right? Or 1 mana without Cascade, basically. That's what you're looking for, right? So, people don't... Like, here's the thing. People see this card and they go, it's a bad counterspell. Actually, you just created a new combo deck, sir. So you Cascade, right? You start flipping through your deck for a card cheaper than 3. Counter your own Cascade spell. Cascade works when it's on the stack. It's when you play it. It's not when it enters. It's not when it resolves. When you play the card, Cascade triggers.
Yeah.
Okay? So you counter your own Cascade spell, and then you reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal some crazy creature, like a 15/15, right? You cast it. So this 15/15 has a crazy cast trigger that you get to do, because Tibalt's Trickery says you cast the card.
Huh.
So basically, you can do this as early as turn 1. You get a 15/15 out with Cascade plus Tibalt's Trickery.
This is why I don't play Magic with you guys.
And this, I'm gonna be honest, this card's crazy. The deck is wild. I've seen it work really well. I've seen it work awfully. This deck is insane.
It's one of those decks that's still kind of like a work in progress.
Here's the thing. It's so hard to beat if you don't know what you're doing against it, right? Like, you're just
I don't know what I'm doing ever, Jeffrey.
No, you're just gonna lose then, Brooke. I don't know what to tell you.
And that's one of those decks where it's like you have to start countering stuff as they throw it at you.
Well,
Like,
not even.
You'll have to get rid of the Tibalt's
Cascade card resolves. Like,
well, if the Cascade resolves, you'll have to still counter the Tibalt's Trickery. That's the only way you can stop that combo, is if you get rid of the Tibalt's Trickery directly. So you would need to be playing blue or something that could be like, nah, screw Tibalt's Trickery, just to shut you down.
Actually, fun fact, don't cast it off a cascade. You play it, so you can't counter it. You can't counter cards off a cascade. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So when you cascade into Tibalt Trickery, you cannot get it back. Like, you cannot stop the Tibalt Trickery. Your only option at that point is to get rid of whatever they just cheated into play. It's your only option at that point.
Yeah, you have to get rid of that. Because that is cast, so that can be countered, right?
It is cast, but at the same time, like,
well, I mean, that's the only way to stop it from actually hitting the board. Is you have to
exactly. But if it hits the board, what do you do then? You got to get rid of it somehow.
You got to play the game of, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah, you got your answers got to work at that point.
This dude just dropped a freaking Tarmogoyf for some shit.
No, Tarmogoyf, no, that's not big. I'm talking Emrakul. I'm talking 15/15 for 15 with Annihilator 6, and then you take an extra turn when you cast it. Alright, Tarmogoyf, that's a 2-mana card that's super good, right? Emrakul, no, we're talking a giant freaking Eldrazi that if people get it into play, they concede. Because your opponent just concedes 9% of the time. You don't even get to attack with it. Because people see it and go, I can't beat that.
It's like, this is...
Okay. Like, game 2.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we've talked about Fynn. We've talked about Tibalt Trickery. I want to talk about the Foretell mechanic. We have a new mechanic in the game. It's called Foretell. If you're familiar with Morph, it works in the sense where you can kind of just like pay a generic cost and put a card face down.
Mm-hmm.
So instants and sorceries have Foretell. I don't think there's any creatures with them. I could be wrong. But basically, during your turn, you can pay 2 generic mana. You exile this card from your hand face down in a different zone, right? And then you can cast it later for its Foretell cost.
Which, in the case of Mammoth Growth, it's pay 1 green and you drop it into play.
Exactly. So there's a lot of, I guess there are creatures with Foretell, like Battle Mammoth, but like Doomscar is a new wrath. It's 3 colorless, 2 white that just says destroy all creatures, but it has Foretell. So you can turn 2, put it out there, and then turn 3 you can play it because it's 1 colorless and 2 white. So it's a 3-mana board white.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It's super cool.
So have that kind of just sitting on standby. So it's like you pay it, you foretell it, you get it off to the side, and then you hold it off there. So then it's not only does that a way of just kind of quickly moving cards into play, but it's also a way of creating a you can almost use it as like a bluff. You can put something down for its foretell, and they'll have.
You can bluff, yeah.
They have the idea of Doomscar.
It works very in the sense of Morph, right? Like you don't know what it is.
Yeah, so you want to get rid of it, but you're scared to get rid of it at the same time.
Well, you can't get rid of it. You can't get rid of Foretell cards.
Oh yeah, because they're exiled. Yeah,
yeah. Your only thing is you gotta be like you gotta be careful with how you're gonna play into them. You know.
Yeah.
So the other mechanic that is really cool I want to talk about is Boast. Boast is a new mechanic that was just introduced. Basically, Boast is whenever a creature attacks, right? You know, damage happens, combat, whatever, right? And then they have a Boast ability where you have to pay some kind of mana or do some kind of thing to activate it. You can only activate that ability if you attacked with that creature, right? So let's take this Dragonkin Berserker that I'm looking at, for example. It's a 2/2, and it has Boast for 4 colorless and 1 red that says create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying. You can only activate this ability once each turn if they attacked. So if I attack with you in my second main phase, I can activate it and get a 5/5 dragon. So that's how Boast works. You get to use their ability after they attack. It's really cool. It's interesting on how it works. Another cool thing about Kaldheim, there's tribes. There's, pretty sure, I'm trying to remember. There's like angels, there's dwarves, there's giants. Giants is a tribe.
Yeah, I've been looking into that.
Yeah, there's giants. There's a lot of gods in this set.
Oh, yeah, and a lot of them are modal as well.
Yes, a lot of them modal DLC, which that means there are 2 sides of them.
Yep.
Every single god is modal DLC. Fun fact. And another really cool tribe that we've never like seen, I guess, like fully have their own thing. Shapeshifters a tribe. So that means every creature that is in the Shapeshifter tribe has Changeling. If you don't know what Changeling is, basically, Changeling is an ability that Shapeshifters have that says, I am every creature type. Right? So if I play a Changeling, he's a warrior, a bird, a duck, a goat. Like, he is everything.
So like
he's every creature type. He's a goat.
If you like play a Slivers have this, Changelings just get it.
He's a Sliver.
Okay.
That's
Same
gonna
thing,
do some.
If you have a Slivers get +1/+1, and you have a Merfolk get +1/+1, and you have a Changeling, he gets +2/+2. Both of them are giving +1/+1.
I could see
Shapeshifter. Both creature
Shapeshifter.
types.
I could see Shapeshifter making
been in the
some
game.
interesting deck types.
Yeah, they've been in the game for a while. They've been in the game for a while, and it's really cool that like they're having their own like thing now.
Yeah, because I could see some fun stuff being played off the Realm Walker. Like there's a
land, I believe. Yeah, no, Realm Walker is really cool. There's a land. I'm trying to think that turns into like for 3 snow. By the way, snow's back. Snowman is a thing again. Does anyone you know what that is, Brooke?
What the fuck?
Instead of normal basic lands, right?
You have snow.
You have what they called snow-covered lands. So they're still basic, right? So there's an island, then there's a snow-covered island. Now there's a certain mana cost that's just a little snowflake.
And only that or with a mana.
And that you can only pay for that with snowlands. So the snow mechanic is back. This was a mechanic we saw a while ago. And it's been brought back. We have a lot of like returning like characters. Or I guess only one in particular. Vorinclex is back. Now,
I was just looking at Vorinclex.
Is a part of a cycle called the Praetors. So there was 5 Praetors, one for every color. Vorinclex was the green one, and he's the only one that's been reprinted. It's not reprinted. Hold on. Vorinclex has not been reprinted. He got brought back as a different card. Current Vorinclex is a lot more fair than old school Vorinclex. So the other Vorinclex is an 8-mana 7/6 with Trample. It says whenever you tap a land for mana, add 1 mana to your mana pool of any type that land produces. So if you tap a forest, you get 2 green, right?
Yeah.
And then he also says whenever an opponent taps a land for mana, that land doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step.
So it locks them out of their own mana.
So if you tap a forest, right, and you go to untap it next turn, you won't. You can't untap it.
Yeah.
Because that's what Vorinclex does. He just locks your opponents out. He's mean. No one likes him. He's not fun, right? This Vorinclex is more fair. I wouldn't say he's fair. He's more fair.
Yeah.
He's a 4 mana. He's a four colorless 2 green for a 6/6. 6 mana 6/6.
Almost got proliferate. Almost.
It's kind of proliferate. So it's trample and haste. It says, if you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent player, put twice that many of each of those counters. So if you're gonna put 1, you're gonna put 2. 2, you're gonna put 4.
You're gonna put 6. You're gonna put 12. Like it's.
Yeah. You put twice as many. That's what he does, right? And then he says if an opponent would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, they put half that many for each of those kind of counter that player instead of rounded down.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 1 or more rounded down. Hey, Brooke, what's half of 1?
Jeffrey, don't do this to me. I'm just the eye candy.
Hey, bro, Ethan, what's half of 1?
What the?
Hey, round it down.
Oh God.
I get.
They put 1 count at 0.
It's like 11.
What?
They have to put 2 counters.
Yeah. So Vorinclex, I've seen. Vorinclex loves hanging out with planeswalkers. Did you know that, Ethan?
Oh.
Because when you put a loyalty counter on it,
you
gets
add two
loyalty counters because Vorinclex loves planeswalkers.
I was gonna say also in a Hydra deck.
God.
That's all
Hydra's,
counters.
yeah, he's made for a commander deck. He would fit into a good Hydra commander deck. I know.
Like the one I'm currently building.
Also, one of my favorite cards from the set that I'm going to make into a thing because it's a super cool card. Bogda, Brazen Outlaw.
What is it?
It's a 2 mana, 1 red, 1 colorless for a 2/1 that says other dwarves you control get +1/+0. And then it says whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token. That's the important part. And then it says sacrifice 5 treasures. Search your library for an artifact or dragon card and put it onto the battlefield. So, if you accumulate a lot of treasure, and then you sack 5 of them, you just get to cheat in some big thing. Whether it's a big artifact or a big creature. Or a big dragon. So, and she's a 2 mana 2/1. And it gives all your dwarf... You could build Dwarf Tribal.
God.
Dwarf Tribal, and then, not only that, you could also throw in, you know, some big mean dragons that you can cheat into play. I've seen people, you know, do a lot of, like, I've seen, I've seen people, like, just try to go up based off just her treasure thing, right? Get the treasures into play and sack them. Big things, cheat them in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, she's really cool. I like how she works. I like everything she does. I will say one thing they kind of pushed in this set is there's obviously 5 tribes, and they push a lot of tribal stuff in the set, which is like there's a card called Rally the One at Ranks that, you know, 2 mana enchantment that gives creatures of the chosen type +1/+1. So, and then there's Crippling Fear, which gives where you choose a creature type and creatures of that type get -3/-3 all around. So they tried, like, you know, there's a lot of cool stuff when it comes to like tribes and everything. There's a lot of elves, you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the elves becoming a thing again.
Yes, I think Pioneer Elves is a bad deck, and I think there's enough support to make it decent. I think that's something that I'm gonna mess around with and try to make a decent elf deck and see if it works. And no. Bottom line, my opinion on Kaldheim, Dragonfell. My opinion on Kaldheim, good set. I'm a big fan. I like that Giants is a tribe. That's really cool to me.
Yeah.
They made Giants a tribe, which is super, super fun. Like, they're good Giants. There's good Giant cards.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I'm super pumped for the set. I'm definitely going to try to get my hands on maybe a box of it. If not, at least I'm going to pick up a couple packs. There's, you know, sagas are back, which is really cool. There's a lot of cool combo decks. There's like certain combo decks you can make with some of the cards. It's really neat. Then back to the Giants thing. There's a card called Agar the Freezing Flame. He's a 3 mana 3/3. He's blue and red. He says whenever a creature planeswalker opponent controls is dealt excess damage. If a giant, wizard, or spell you control dealt this damage to it, draw a card. So, this means that if I did 2 damage to a 1/1, I'm going to draw a card. There's excess damage dealt there.
Oh, okay. So that's what it's talking about with excess damage.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him becoming a very, very
He's
fun.
Cool. He's really cool. He's I've seen a couple like people talk about him as a commander for like a giant tribal deck, which is really neat.
Mm-hmm.
He also works with wizards and spells and everything, which is really cool. And we'll talk. Oh yeah, Herald, the King of Skemfar. He's a 3 mana 3/2. He's an elf and he cares about elves. When he enters, you look at the top 5 and you reveal an elf. An elf, warrior, or Tyvar. Tyvar is an elf planeswalker that's in this set.
Mm-hmm.
And you put it into your hand, and you put the rest of the bottom library in a random order. So He's a 3 mana 3/2 legendary creature, so he lets you cheat and stuff. He lets you search your library for stuff, which is really cool. Set's really cool. I think this is a cool set. Like, if you want to get like more into Magic, I think this would be a good set to pick up.
Oh yeah.
It's very much, it's not super storyline heavy. Like when it comes to like the past sets, right? It's very much Kaldheim is its own thing. It's all about the Giving Tree. World Tree is what it's called. World Tree is like the whole thing of the deck. Because it's the whole lore behind it is it's all these tribes fighting for the World Tree. So it's really cool. I highly recommend it. Pick up Kaldheim today. Came out yesterday as we're recording this.
Yes.
Go check it out. Go pick up some Kaldheim. I want to watch some super cool decks. Personally, I like watching Star City games versus live series. Yeah, go check it out. And hashtag Save Pioneer. Yeah.
You have talked about
I don't
Magic
care.
Together
I don't care.
for 30 minutes. You are
Shut
insane.
Up, They're making
Magic.
Dude, they announced a rumor, or they announced it. It's in design right now. Pioneer Masters is gonna be a thing.
Oh god.
So they do modern master sets in Pioneer, and people are like, it's a dead format. No one plays Pioneer anymore. Screw you, man. They're making Pioneer Masters.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, same. All right, Brooke, take it away. Talk about stuff that's not as cool as Magic.
Okay. Jesus Christ. I did not think you were gonna go for 20 minutes, and you went for half an hour.
It's me and Jeffrey.
I could keep going.
Yeah, no, you're not. Welcome to the Magic the Gathering podcast. Oh god.
Brooke, I do what I want.
Let's look at some fucking Steam new releases. Let's look at what's here. There's some new fucking Deep Rock
Crab Fight
Galactic.
out? Or not Crab Fight? What's the crab battle
Crab
royale?
Champions?
Is that out
No,
yet?
still not. Or actually,
No.
let me check that. Nope. Still no Crab Champions.
Ethan, there's a crab battle royale that's made by the same people who made the Crab Rave.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's called Crab Champions.
I need to play this when it comes out.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah, no, we're
All right, next stream when it drops, we're playing it on stream.
Yeah.
100%.
There's some fucking visual novel. The Media. Is that a fucking? I think that's a fucking walking simulator. What is it
The
with horror
walking
games?
simulator?
What?
There's Journey to the Savage Planet, which has been out for a while. There's 3 Yakuza remastered, which I'm kind of excited for. There's another horror game. There's a game that there's a Japanese game that I can't read because I'm sick as fuck. Yes.
Did you ever play Phasmophobia?
No, I did not.
Okay. Because I was gonna see what that was like. Because I heard it got a lot of hype.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna force me to play it on stream.
So fun fact, when we did the 24-hour Halloween stream, we actually had Screwmo and Nate play it together, and they had a good time with it. It was enjoyable to watch them stream. They said they both enjoyed it. They both had a good time playing it. So, but yeah, if you're interested, I'd say play it.
I've heard a lot of really good things about that game too. I really like. Phasmophobia looks good. I like the concept of it. You're ghost hunters. You're going to this house, having to find all the clues.
Yeah.
I think that's really an interesting concept.
Yeah.
And it's got the in-game voice chat where it's the proximity thing.
Yes, you have to be around each other to understand each other.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
Alright,
I'm a sucker for like proximity voice chat. There is currently Steam has been doing a lot of these things where there's like basically game festivals and there's like demos and live streams and shit. It's called Play What's Next, and there's a bunch of demos you can get. Like go in there and fucking play some demos. It looks interesting. Also, Viscera Fest is coming soon.
What is
that?
Is like a classic fucking Doom style game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What game did you just say?
That sounds nice.
Viscera Fest.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. And
No,
there's just a bunch of demos that you can just good. I don't really want to talk about, oh, this demo's good, oh, this demo's good. Just fucking play something. They're free, head ass.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, okay.
You need me to wipe your ass for you too? God, pick a fucking demo.
This game looks interesting, but I'm also interested in this kind of stuff.
So yeah, check out all the demos. Check out Steam
Yeah.
new releases.
Potion Crafter.
Yes.
Looks like fun.
Next topic, Brooke, take us away.
And our next topic is some funny shit. The boomers are at it again.
Oh no!
On Fox News, they are talking about here's what parents need to know about Among Us, the game that like nobody plays anymore.
Oh my god.
Oh, you know that game that actually we're gonna live stream it soon on Cloud729338's channel. Because the new map is coming out.
Yeah.
Because the new map.
Did it drop yet?
Soon.
Soon.
No, I think it's soon.
Soon. TM.
I don't know how soon. I will say though, I'm thinking about recording or live streaming the entire Henry Stickmin collection.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Because I think it'd be a fun video and a fun stream.
It's a good game. I hope the new map brings it back, but I don't know how much fucking staying power that has. Like even if it brings back people for
because they're both
yeah. So
I love both of the games.
This article has a rating at the bottom because someone who was babysitting their child with a tablet realized, oh, they're playing a video game on the tablet we gave them that might be like slightly violent.
Oh no, they're using the thing I gave them.
Yeah, they.
What do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna read ebooks on the tablet? No, you just put the world in their hands. Like
yeah, for real.
They have a rating for positive message. 2 out of 5 green circles. It's not positive to murder your... well, it's slightly positive to murder your friends.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole...
It does not present positive role models or representations. This is Fox News who's talking.
I'm sorry that I don't worship bean people.
What the fuck?
Like, what? They're like, they don't represent role models. Wait, do you not look up to bean people?
Yeah.
Jelly beans with face masks? Come
fucking
on.
Ease of play, 4 out of 5. Violence, 3 out of 5. Does not present sex.
Violence, 3 out of 5? Bro.
Yeah. That.
Oh no, okay, some of those kill animations can be graphic. I will say that.
Yeah.
And in the sense of like they're just two like jelly beans snapping each other's like necks.
Yeah, but still, really like, watch what your kid is doing on their tablet. Like, take care of them.
And if only there was a way to like keep an eye on your kid and control them. Oh wait.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do as a parent.
It's like, what? Timmy's over there? I should check on him.
Typical devices and stuff nowadays all have child safety features.
Yep.
You could do parental lock on them.
Specific things.
And
also, I just want to say, like,
people are stupid.
Pay attention to your kids. Like,
I don't see what's so hard about monitoring your child.
Yes.
I hate to say, there's a generation of people that a lot of moms do this, and I hate it. They get mad at things that they don't know, right?
Yeah.
If something happens to their children, or if their child says something that they're not particularly a fan of, they blame something they don't know.
Yeah.
Right. I've read multiple essays and stuff on this, and I've like seen multiple lectures about how little video games actually impact a kid's thinking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Jeffrey, and
Go ahead,
Sorry.
Ethan.
As the two of us both have ADHD and you have ADD as well, video games are a way of keeping us to sit down and focus on said objects.
Yes.
And it's also video games are known to increase response time.
Yeah.
Like, legitimate.
Hands down, I agree with that.
And I don't know if you know this, but fun fact, the best music to listen to while doing any kind of work is video game music.
Yes.
Because it is specifically made to increase productivity in you.
Yes.
Right? It's specifically made to increase productivity and
because it's like
keep working and keep playing.
It's to get focused, like focus on what you're doing.
Yeah, because you can't have the music distracting you from it. Right? The music can't be distracting you from the actual game.
Yes.
So it's minimalist enough so it gives you something to listen to, but it keeps your mind in the
focused.
game as what you need to do.
Yeah.
Halo franchise, because I have the Master Chief Collection now. The audio and a lot of the music that they play in the
you're just like, then you're working and
not so much Among Us music, because that doesn't exist.
Yeah, no, that's not so much.
Yeah.
Try to listen to video game music that doesn't have words. Words is what distracts you from because you sing to them. Bob your head to them. Words rather than whatever's in front of you. But bottom line, video games aren't bad for kids. Moms, shut up.
Yeah.
Or about video games affecting your kids.
Still watch them and make sure they're not playing fucking Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, that's a game. That game is made for like late teen. I think.
Yes.
Personally, I think the right age to start playing GTA is like 14.
Like the point when I was allowed to play GTA, I had like aged out of that. Oh my god, it's GTA, it's bad. I can play this game, and then it just became.
And then you played it, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
you just beat up,
yeah,
sexual workers. Like,
it's just there for the headlines.
Yeah, and like COD, that's another one. That's graphic.
It's a game.
It's a game.
Yeah.
Bro, I just found a really nice apartment. Sorry.
What?
Absolutely no one, Ethan. Bro, apartments?
Bro, fucking apartments.
Apartments.com. Basically, my whole thing is, if your kid is playing a video game, look at the video game.
Yeah.
Don't listen to what other people tell you. Look at the video game. See what you think of it. Ask yourself if you think it's appropriate for them to play.
Yes.
Before you go online and see an angry mom that's like, this game's bad for them.
Yeah.
Do your own research. Be independent. Don't rely on the internet.
This happens to every video game. Pokemon got a bad rap. They said the show, the cards, and the actual video game is awful for you.
They're demons. They're summoning demons on the tablets.
It's Pokemon.
Pokemon Go. Oh, have you? There was this one article where this priest like loaded up Pokemon Go and just like right there on my phone was a digital demon. No, that's Yu-Gi-Oh.
That is Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, that's Digimon Digital Demons.
Yeah. That's digital.
That works. Digital demons. No. Bottom line, you need to ask yourself if you think it is right for your kid to play it.
Don't let
someone else should tell you.
Angry 3-year-old Karen.
Listen to the people, the three fucking teenagers with no kids.
Hey, I'm a child. It's okay. I understand.
Yeah, I'm a kid, therefore I know what's best for your kid. Give them candy.
I'm just a kid, and life is a nightmare. Bottom line, live your best life. Let your kids do what they want, unless it's bad. Don't let them do that. Being a strict parent is not good.
Yes.
It teaches your kids horrible things.
It teaches them to do things behind your back. Little Timmy's doing drugs. I hate to tell you this. Little Timmy's gonna grow up and do drugs. You're a terrible
Hey,
parent.
yeah, tell
Fuck
Tim.
you.
So give Timmy ice cream for dinner so he doesn't do drugs.
Yes.
Problem solved.
Yeah,
Problem
just
solved.
give him
You're welcome,
ice
Timmy.
cream. No lie. Yeah, you're welcome, Timmy. This is. Hey, Timmy, you better share that ice cream. I know you got good ice cream, Timmy.
Yeah.
Share
That's
the
a
ice.
rocky road.
It's a rock and roll, Timmy. I love rock and roll ice cream.
Yes.
Timmy. I told your mom to give you ice cream for dinner, so you better give me some of the ice cream, Timmy.
Yeah.
That's how this works. I
Shout
help
out
you.
to
You
anyone
help me.
named Timmy that's watching.
Yeah, we just kind of went off on poor Timmy.
Bro,
Poor
listen, Timmy, we love you, bro. We love you, Timmy.
Yeah, that's why we're trying to get him ice cream for dinner. So
Yeah,
he can
bro,
grow up and be a good boy.
We also want ice cream.
In other news, oh my god.
We're really good at doing bad tangents, you know that?
Yeah. We are really good at
In
not
other
shutting the
news,
fuck
video
up.
games exist. How's everyone
Yes.
doing?
Google will stop making video games for Stadia. Like, it was making games.
Wait, what's a Stadia?
Oh, it's a stupid free.
No, I know what
Yeah.
Stadia is, but
Okay.
no one, dude.
No one
Like
uses
literally,
that.
it was a joke at one point. I was talking to this group of people, and we were talking like console or PC, and then some funny. So this little kid, his name was Phoenix. He comes in and he comes in like sized up like this. Keep in mind, he's like 4'5", like 70 pounds, right? Little
Oh,
dude.
shit,
He
so he's
comes
like
in
me.
like this. Yeah, basically. So he comes in like this and just goes, "I only play on Google Stadia."
Oh my god,
And
that's
all-
amazing.
Like we were all crying laughing because it's just a
Applaud that
joke.
child.
Stadia's a joke.
Fucking, they made
Shout out
games?
to all my Stadia players out there.
Games released by the unit in collaboration with Google include Guilds with a Y, Outcasters, Submerged, Hidden Depths.
Hold on.
What are these
What's
games?
Outcasters? Question. What's Outcasters about? Hey, yeah. Hey,
And that
yeah.
monster you just read, that's like a knockoff Subnautica, isn't it?
Submerged, Hidden I don't fucking know. I've
Dude, I
never
can't
heard
wait,
of these
dude.
games.
Dude, I can't
Like-
wait to play Outcasters. I'm finna shake it like a Polaroid picture. I'm so ready.
What is this? I'm searching Submerged Hidden Depths. This actually looks more like a ripoff of The Ship.
Oh,
Really?
So play The Ship.
Yeah, don't be broke. Play the ship.
wow. Thanks, Ethan, for the advice.
You're
Hey, are
welcome.
you homeless? Buy a home.
Like, what you doing, man? Get your shit together.
Yeah, what
bro,
the
just,
fuck?
like, Dude, are you hungry? Buy some food. Come on, man.
It's like, come on, man. You should know this by now.
God.
That's horrible.
I'm an asshole. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're aware.
Hey.
So bottom line, I think what we've covered here today, Magic is a good game. Buy
Facts.
Kaldheim.
Yes.
Among
What the fuck?
Us is not a game that's bad for kids.
Amazon's new CEO says they're not done making video games. What? Like on the complete opposite of the Stadia fucking thing. Amazon is
Hold
making
on.
games? Oh, right. They made fucking Crucible. I tried to play Crucible. It is like a free-to-play game, and I couldn't get a match. This was like day 2 of it being out.
What is Crucible?
It was like a class-based shooter that was made by Amazon.
Oh,
And I tried to
I think
play it
that's
on
probably
day
the thing
2. Like day 2 of a video game coming out and having no matches is insane.
oh, I just want to say
Yeah.
now. I There's a thing to be said about companies that aren't known for making video games trying to make video. They don't. Right? It doesn't, like, it is hard for companies that don't make video games to make a game and people are immediately like, let's play it. Because they're not credible in that realm, right?
Yeah, they don't have that.
It's just people will see, we'll just say like Ubisoft or Activision make a game and they're like, okay, let's look at it, right?
Yeah.
But they see Google and Amazon make games and they're like, they don't make games though. What is this?
Yeah. Also, Crucible had no advertising. Like Amazon.
And I've never.
That's the thing. I hadn't heard of it until I saw it on the Steam store, and I was like, whatever, I'll play it. And it was like, this is made by Amazon.
It's like, what?
And I can't speak for the quality of the game because I couldn't get a fucking match.
Yeah.
It's like it didn't exist ever, which is like kind of a problem for like multiplayer only games, because if they go offline, they're wiped off the face of the earth, like fucking Lawbreakers. Titanfall still got servers.
Not very many, but they do.
Lawbreakers, probably fucking Paladins or some shit.
I don't. Dude, I haven't seen anything about Paladins in forever.
Dude,
exactly.
That game
they don't exist. They
don't.
I mean, Paladins wasn't a bad game by any stretch.
Yeah.
Wasn't it just like a bad Overwatch? Wasn't it just like kind of a similar?
Well, it had the the misfortune to come out at the same time. 'Cause Blizzard is that pack your shit and get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my release window type companies. It had similarities to Overwatch, even though neither of them can be blamed because their release windows and announcement windows were about the same-ish.
Yeah, they were pretty much on par with each other.
Yeah.
So it kind of just became a series of just events that did not play out well.
Yeah.
Which,
I think Paladins would have been fine if it had released any other time.
Yeah, for sure.
Most likely. It's a cool FPS game with a unique cast of characters.
Kind of like another game that I've been playing, Spellbreakers.
I'm unfamiliar with that one.
Not a fucking another. It's another fucking battle royale.
Yeah, it is.
Oh god.
It's actually not too bad. I mean, it's a battle royale. So
I'm done with battle royales. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. They were.
Fortnite came out and everyone said, "Hey, everyone loves battle royale," so they made every game a battle royale, and I'm just done with it.
Yeah.
The only battle royale I want to play is Crab Champions.
Yeah, that's not actually a battle royale. You know that, right? It's like a 4v. It's like a 4-person free for all.
Huh.
We could totally squat up and beat the crap out of each other with crabs.
Yes. We gotta get you your new PC so you can get on that Crab Champions before it comes out, or when it comes out.
We do gotta get me a new PC.
I mean, we're working on it.
Slowly.
Just very slowly.
That's when you get a fucking job.
Brooke, I'm trying my best.
It's okay. I believe in you.
Thanks, Ethan.
You're welcome.
So there's a thing I want to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about that thing.
It's this little known game that nobody saw coming. It's called Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, God.
I've never heard of it. What's it about?
Well, it's about
it's
about taking your PS4 and lighting it on fire. But if you play it on PC, it's pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's about how it is.
I want to talk about this concept that I've been thinking about, because
You a console player and want to play Cyberpunk? Don't.
Yeah. That sounds like a fucking you problem. Yeah. Because the biggest problem with Cyberpunk was it was overhyped. They announced it fucking when was Cyberpunk?
It was announced a while ago. That was announced when Keanu was like you're breathtaking. Like,
that was like way after it was initially announced.
Oh, okay.
2012. It was announced in 2012.
It was announced in 2012 and it recently came out.
Yes.
Awful.
And it was that's another thing about it that I noticed. The game was rushed in terms of its release date and it wasn't optimized correctly.
Yeah.
Which is exactly why it fucking self-detonates all your console players.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they pushed it back so much that people freaked out about it. So they were like, "Fine, we'll release it," and then they released a bad game.
The thing I want to talk about: what if developers just did what a fucking Gearbox did with Borderlands 3? They just like announced it like a month ahead of when they were gonna release it.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you just do that? Because then the game will be finished.
Yeah, because then nobody's gonna. You can't really rush it at that point.
Or like Apex Legends, they released it, and then they announced it.
Real quick, how about Pokemon? They announced the game and they say, "Hey, here's the date it's being released." Right? Like, they told us back like in the summer. They were like, "Hey, November, it's coming out." And it came out in November, right? Yeah. Like they told you the date it was coming out, right?
No, but that is the issue, because your estimates are always wrong.
No, dude.
What?
Nintendo doesn't.
Nintendo is like poster boy company. You can't make the same claim for any other company.
No, you can't. And that's the reason. And that's why Nintendo's so good, because they announce the game and they announce when it's coming out, and then they will just release spoilers to make people like get more hyped up for that like November time period.
Yes. Any other company should just announce it and then release it. Like, I don't want to wait 2 years. Like, you've got to keep that hype up, and when you keep up hype, it gets more hypey. Our expectations get higher, and then you can't deliver.
Just hopping on the back of Nintendo. When they announced Sephiroth, they said, "Hey, a week from now, he's going to be officially launched." And everyone was like, "Oh," like, everyone got hyped about it because they did it right. They announced him, and then they told you a week from today he's going to be out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they gave you that information. Like, here it is. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
So you have something to look forward to, and it's not too far away to the point where you're getting bored with it, right?
Yeah.
So
it's just long enough of a wait where it's like, okay, this is intriguing. I want to stick with the system to see this thing released.
How is Sephiroth, by the way?
Boring. I mean, to be honest, he's got a big sword. That's about it.
He's got a big sword.
His sword is large.
He is the anime pretty boy with the big old sword.
Yeah, I don't know. He's cool. I think he's just kind of boring.
Is the year-long battle of length versus width?
God.
Yeah, it's girth versus length. That's all Sephiroth versus Cloud is.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
You made the other half of that argument in the game.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's, game companies do better. Pokemon, you keep doing you, boo-boo.
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering, great game. Check it out.
Facts.
Really cool set. Let's go on for another hour. No, Steam, go check out all the cool demos that are out.
Yeah.
You want some cool content to watch? Watch twitch.tv/notcompletelyuseless. Or coming soon, twitch.tv/Fry72 was taken. Or coming soon, twitch.tv/Mr. Raccooners. Go check it out.
That's that guy.
It's that guy.
Not Schmiffer, it's that guy. Right there.
No, National Schmiffer, the one that's right.
When you gonna make videos, you fucking freeloader? God.
Me?
No.
Talking to me?
No.
Oh.
Schmiffer.
Oh. I was like, what, you trying to fight me, bro? Oh, yeah, Schmiffer, when are you gonna make videos, nerd?
In other news, the Resident Evil vampire lady is 9 feet tall. God damn.
Hey, Brooke, nice chair.
Thanks.
I like your chair, Brooke.
We're twinsies.
You can step up your chair game, nerd.
Not sponsored. Hashtag could be sponsored.
Hashtag sponsored, please. I'm so desperate. Need the money.
Money.
I also want money. Yeah. I think this is a good spot to wrap up the episode. I think we had a good, nice long episode, about an hour. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you made it this far,
Yes.
drop a subscribe and a like and comment potato nugget.
What do you plan on doing on your channel, Jeffrey?
My channel?
Soon.
Everything.
Fucking. Wow. Okay. Fuck you. I'm doing a review of Iconfell. It's a good game.
I'm gonna do a review of really bad movies.
Yes, eventually. What are you doing on your channel, Ethan?
Ethan? Yeah, what is Ethan? What are Mr. Raccooners? What kind of content do you make? He's
Ethan?
not answering.
He died. Okay.
Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we'll have another episode sooner than this one came out.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Type potato nugget in the comments if you watched to this point.
Yes.
Have a swell day, friends.
Yes.
Go check us out. Fry72 was taken. Not completely useless.
Last
Mr.
again.
Raccoon. Bye bye. Have a good day.
Bye.